How am I gonna let my own video offend me? This is childhood trauma coming out. Childhood trauma. You have no clue what credit card is being paid or not being paid. Hello there guys, my name is Patricia Bright and welcome to The Break. I hope you are doing well. So I did a video which was kind of some of the habits that made me a millionaire, as I keep talking about, but I wanted to talk about the opposite end of the spectrum and some of the habits that have made me broke, have made me struggle, and I know are some of the things that are making a lot of us broke out there, okay? Let's keep it real. And I feel like habits are one of those things that are really important. They're like make and break on any kind of journey that you're on, be that a financial journey, a personal life development journey. So I thought I would break down some of the habits that are out there that aren't helping you on your financial journey. And you might feel personally offended. I'm just gonna put a warning here, like, if you're offended, if you're hurt, if you're triggered, maybe these are some of the habits you might want to change. Okay, so I've mentioned this one a fair few times because it is real. It has caused me problems in the past, and I know this is why a lot of people struggle financially, but and it should be actually a medical disorder. Keeping up with the Joneses-itis. Yes, itis. Keeping up with the Joneses-itis. It is a disorder that we all need to not suffer from right about now. Trying to keep up with other people when it comes to buying the same things or having the latest things, or even trying to like one up somebody because they might have done well. And some people do it like indiscreetly. It's not because they're a bad person, but there is pressure in society to be on point, to look cute, to have the latest items, just to keep up. It is a never-ending cycle trying to keep up with the Joneses that you don't even know. I do genuinely think that social media makes it worse, and there is nothing wrong with having nice things, liking nice things, experiencing nice things, and wanting to share that. I think it's personal nature to want to share things that make people excited, but you must remember that when you're looking at social media, these are some people's highlights, these are some people's like best moments, and you don't necessarily know what it took them to get there. You don't know what tears were cried before they jumped into that ocean shot. You have no clue what credit card is being paid or not being paid. And I think it's really important, and this is my mantra, is to try, and it sounds bad, but I try to best myself and myself alone. And like, I make sure that the challenges that I set myself, if they are financially, if they're emotionally, have come from me. Because sometimes we might be actually thinking we want something, but we're thinking we want that thing because we saw someone else with it, and we have to just take a step back before we make, particularly a financial decision that involves just trying to keep up with people. Write a list of what you want. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to experience, right? It's okay to want nice things. It's okay to want to travel to nice places, but make sure it's come from internal versus external pressure. Write that list down. Keep it as something to, work towards, and don't let that keep changing based on what everybody else is doing, based on the new phone that Apple releases. It's not that deep. If a new Apple phone wasn't on your list, then don't do it. Unfollow, unconnect with people who may make you feel bad about what you do or don't have. But in reality, it's up to you. Make sure that your pressures that drive you to want things or to experience things comes from you. And if it doesn't, check yourself, look at your list, and keep it moving. Okay, this is a bad habit that a lot of people do, and I think a lot of parents or older generations did this a lot, and this is keeping their head in the sand. I have first-hand experience with this from a personal perspective, which I think is why I am the way I am, because I'm a control freak. And heading the sand is knowing that there are responsibilities to be paid, seeing the letter from the council or seeing the letter from the debt collectors and just leaving it and letting it pile up and hoping that it will disappear. I saw this growing up. I saw maybe a letter come in from like the council or something, and this is childhood trauma coming out, childhood trauma. But I think it's really important for me to like share maybe a little bit why I am the way I am, and then like seeing letters come in and then kind of mounting up, and then next thing, the bailiff's at your door, taking your bike, taking your TV. Wow, I'm telling you, things do not go away. Problems do not go away, and they have to be dealt with head on. And I think when it comes to financial debts and it comes to financial situations, you have the ability to address these. You can call people, you can talk to people before it gets out of hand. There are debts that can start out very small and costs and expenses that can start out very small. Let's think about car fines or driving tickets. These start out very small, but the more and more you avoid paying them, the higher the costs get. Okay, so next up, using money you don't have badly, aka credit and credit card debt. This is a big one for a lot of people, and I completely understand that there are times where you might not have the money to buy something you might need, and so you might have to use credit to get that. And that happens also if you're getting a student loan. You might not have the £20,000 to get that degree, and you know that you want to get credit, which I think is absolutely fine, especially if you know that you have the resources later on to pay that down. But everybody is not using credit that way. If it is just credit for the sake of buying Jordans, no. The average American household has $5,700 in credit card debt, and in the UK, that number is around $2,600, but it's also gradually getting higher and higher. If there's a TV, holiday, handbag, shoe that you want, it's okay. You can have it. If it's on your list, you can have it. But in an ideal world where things are not a necessity, don't use credit to get those things. Instead, budget like a budgeting queen, using my budgeter, and then buy that thing afterwards. And you'll probably have a better sense of appeal. Or what you might also find is that while you're saving for an item, you realize, oh, actually, I don't really need it or want it anymore. A bad habit is not having a budget or using a budgeter. And this kind of ties into dipping your head in the sand, having no clue where your money's going, where it's coming in, what you're saving for, just up and down. It doesn't work. It doesn't allow you to be financially smart and make decisions. Keeping a budget, as well as just keeping track of your finances, is a really good habit to have. Studies have shown that people who do keep a budgeter are twice as more likely to hit their savings and investment goals over people who do not. I've already shown my budgeter and show you how I budget my £65,000 a year salary. I did a whole video on that. The whole process of knowing what I have coming in versus what I have been going out. And you know, sometimes it changes. It's okay. I match my actuals to my forecast, and sometimes it doesn't always match. But the whole idea of being aware of what happens with my money makes me feel stronger and more powerful. A bad habit is failing to invest in yourself. Baby girl, you're number one, okay? Remember that. Remember that. You're gorgeous and you're fabulous, and you deserve investment within yourself. You can look outside for financial help. You can look outside for something to make you better, but fundamentally you need to look within yourself. And I think even I've done this so many times where I'm like stressing about money or stressing about work or stressing about all these other stuff, and I realize I'm doing what everybody else wants me to do, and I'm not doing what I need to do for myself. And what I need to do for myself might be to sleep. That's what I might need to do for myself. I might need a glass of wine. That's what I might need. But failing to invest in yourself is a huge financial mistake. That might be not paying the gym membership, even though you know that if you felt well within your body, you could be a better person. It could be just giving yourself free time. It might just be saying a no to other people and focusing on your own project. You have to invest in yourself to increase your skill, your knowledge, your experience, your qualifications, your health and your well-being and your mind. And these things will actually translate into financial increase in the future, because obviously we talk about money, but I think holistically you have to look at investing in yourself. Oh, this is me. This is me. Wow. How am I gonna let my own video offend me? I'm triggered. But emotional spending. Oh, it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. This is when you buy things to cheer yourself up. It's when you buy something that are impulsive, you've just seen it, or you're having a bad day and you're like, no, I'm gonna go shopping, or I'm gonna spend some money, or I'm bored, I wanna spend money. Like, listen, there are better ways to help your boredom than to spend money on things you don't need. And now I can do this, and I really try to avoid the kind of impulse spends nowadays. I can't lie, I do still do them sometimes. But again, it's all about asking yourself those questions. Why am I buying what I'm buying, and do I have it in my plan? There is nothing wrong with nice things in my world. I like nice things. It's not just save and invest and make more money. Also, treat yourself. I love a luxury lifestyle, but again, I don't want to do that out of emotion. I don't want to do that out of how I feel right now. I want to buy something that is in my plan and not because I'm having a bad day. There are a few questions that you can ask yourself, and one is, why am I buying this item? Is it going to add value to my life? And what else could I be doing with the money? Firstly, ask yourself those questions before you go ahead and do an emotional spend. And you can also use the 24-hour rule. Put it in your basket. I know they make you feel like it's gonna be gone, never gonna get it again. Shh. Let that voice of the sales and the discount be quieted. Let it be quieted. Have a little think, take a little breather for 24 hours. And if you really feel like you still want that thing, you might want to get it. Another thing you can do is avoid marketing emails so that you're just not seeing so much stuff right in front of you. My Teresa does this all the time. Net-a-Porter, oh, please stop. Please stop with the emails and the discounts and the offers. No, because sometimes these emails catch me on a bad day and I'm like, let me just buy something. Unsubscribing from marketing emails and offers that create impulse or emotional reactions gets rid of the temptation. And another thing that I do practically, sometimes I just don't bring my card out with me. Sometimes I'll bring only cash out with me. That is the amount that I plan to spend for the day. That means that I won't just walk into a shop and buy something that isn't on my list. Another bad habit is not having any financial goals or plans that you're working towards. It's like walking around a dark room. You don't really know where you're going. There's no why to what you're saving for. You know you want finances, but how much and when and what for? Like, there's no plan. And I think it's very similar to budgeting, that you need to plan your income, but you want to really get specific about what you want with your finances to be able to actually motivate you to hit those goals, to hit that plan. You might say, I want to save £3,000 to go on a trip of a lifetime that will give me memories for life. Or I know that I want to pay off my student loan by 2025. Therefore, I'm going to put down £100 per month or £100 per week to pay towards that goal. And I'm not going to bother seeing that money for the next 4 years. If you are strategic, if you are focused on setting your goals, you're more likely to achieve it. A thing that you can do is reverse engineer. Say for instance, I said that 3,000 trip to the Maldives in a year. So let's say that in a year from now, you know that that is 12 months. You know that you can divide 3,000 by 12 and you can work out a monthly or a weekly amount that you need to put down to hit that trip mark. I think it's really important to like look at a big number, even if it's for saving for a house. Look at that big number and divide it all the way down to look at small, tiny, bite-sized actions and bite-sized goals that you can address today. So guys, that is it from me, dishing out advice. I'm telling on myself sometimes. Even though I try to be financially smart, I do impulse buy. I do emotionally spend. I do sometimes bury my head. We all have bad habits that we can work towards making better. I think it's important to have an awareness of what we want to change and then take action. Hit the like button if you like that video. Appreciate you watching this. You can follow us over on Instagram, and you might want to join some of the challenges that we are doing as well, because we are on the level up journey right about now. And you can also download my budget art as well if you are needing help with managing your finances and really want to take your head out the sand. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. In the meantime, I'll catch you all later. Bye.